Welcome to Out of the Rough. I'm Fred Arnold, and in this show we're going to highlight opportunities and solutions to help get you out of the rough and into success, both personally and professionally. In these tough economic times, I want to provide you practical solutions to many of today's challenges. And today I'm with Melissa McAvoy. Yes. Welcome to the show. You're the CEO of Wine Media Connect.
That's right.
You're also an author, or should I say a contributing writer, to CSQ Magazine. You write a wine column, right?
Actually, it's Westlake.
Is it Westlake?
Westlake Magazine. I'm the wine guide editor for the magazine.
Wow.
So I do 2 pages highlighting wineries, and then also I do a page sort of highlighting like corporations that do wine events in the area.
Now, you started connecting businesses with other businesses, kind of a unique niche. How did that come about?
You know, I was working for an importer as a PR director, and I saw all these huge wine companies, the Montes, the Bodega Nortons, which are huge South American wineries, and I saw these boutique wineries that were in the same portfolio, and they weren't getting attention. And so I was like, how can I use these boutique wineries and go out and connect them with big corporations? And with saying that, I just happened to take the right flight at the right time into Aspen and sat next to the marketing director for Rolls-Royce Corporate. And, you know, we got to talking, and I asked him, you know, how do you stay connected to your clients? And, you know, I spend $100,000 to $500,000 on a car. How do you stay connected to me? And it was interesting that he couldn't answer me. You know, they say that their top 20 clients in the region they'll do dinners with, but I'm like, but what about the 500 other clients?
What if I spent $200,000 on a Rolls Royce? Is that not a top 20? Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, you should do wine events, and from there I figured out a way to connect wine with corporate high-end luxury goods. So I started doing wine events at Rolls-Royce at O'Gara Coach in Westlake. And it just took on a life of its own. And they said, you know, Melissa, we have people that bought a car 6 months ago. And they've been in the dealership in the last 6 months 4 to 5 times. That's unheard of. Because for the people that spend that much money on a car, if something's wrong with the car, if there's a service plan, the Rolls-Royce goes and picks the car up. The people don't come back into the dealership. They don't
come back into the dealership where you see the new model, you see the new bright, shiny object. That's brilliant.
Yeah, so and the great thing is they're there because of the wine. And these are people who love wine, but let alone they're in a dealership in the showroom with the cars, with the sales department, with the GM, with all these people, and unbeknownst to them is they're building a relationship, and it keeps them connected. So that was how I started, and then I moved on to Neiman Marcus, and then what I decided to do is I needed to bridge a gap between these 2 markets. So I would do events at Neiman Marcus with Rolls-Royce, bring the cars right into the store, but with wine. So I always say that the one thing that can connect any business with another business is wine, because everyone loves it, and there's different price points, there's different levels that you know you can try and get excited about.
There's different flavors, there's different
varietals.
Yeah. And the great thing about this is when you do these events, you're connecting people with people.
Right.
And that's what business is all about, is connecting the people with the people.
Right.
Yeah. The other thing I think is brilliant is that you're connecting with the product. They're mingling, having a great glass of wine with the product they want, you know, they could potentially buy.
Right. Well, a big thing is too, for my heart is with the wineries, with these boutique family-owned wineries, is that they get to put their wines in front of like 200 people that they would never be showcased in front of in a single event.
And they're high-end.
This is all high-end.
Individuals that spend money.
C-level executives, people who spend $100,000 to $500,000 on a car.
Now, you've also done events where financial planners or other services do wine events.
Yeah, I actually just did an event with Manchester Financial at the Westlake Village Inn, and where they invited their current clients, and then they invited some new prospects, people that they were looking to get. Now, did I also invite my other clients from O'Gara and from Neiman Marcus? Absolutely, because that is the market. They're all like-minded.
Yeah.
So they all are, the people that are worried about, financial stability, marketing or planning their finances are the people that are spending the high amounts of money on cars and
so you're
luxury
connecting
goods.
two really different groups. You're connecting the business owner that wants to connect with the consumer, but also the wineries to sell their wine of the month club. And
yeah, well, and the great thing is especially with California, I didn't bring California today. I thought I'd do something fun because it was Friday. With California, as a lot of these boutique wineries, it's direct to consumer. So this is an opportunity because they're not big enough to have a publicist. They're not big enough to have a marketing director or let alone a distributor. So how do you get these wines in front of people and get them to buy the wines, these events?
Here's how you do it.
So I'm like, okay, you love this wine, you love Deb and Darren from Daviana. Guess what? Deb's right here. She's the one pouring the wine for you, and you can order it direct from her.
So you've got several wines out here, and the question is, what kind of wines would you have at a good business social event that aren't too expensive?
So my first rule is I work with a company, DM Vineyards and Partners. It's a distributor. And they are from Bordeaux. And they also...
Bordeaux, France.
Bordeaux, France. Yeah. I'm like, everyone's like, really? Yeah. And but they also have wines from Spain and Italy, South Africa. So the big thing about when you're doing a corporate event is cost. Is like, Melissa, we want to do this, but we need to, we have other things, the food and everything. So I always go to Spain because if anyone knows anything about the wine industry and about wine, is if there's one place that over-delivers on price
it's
and
Spain.
rent, it's Spain.
Yeah.
You
now
can
this
always,
is a white?
This is a white. This is a Viejo. This is a lot like a Torontas. So this is crisp, fruity, very easy drinking.
And who is it?
This is Calicanto. I love to say their name. So this bottle is about $9. Unbelievable. But if you and I were to sit down and do a blind tasting, you would probably say, Melissa, this is a $30 bottle of wine.
Right.
So that's why you always go to Spain if you're doing a corporate event and you need to get the bang for your buck and something that's going to over-deliver.
Now this is the same vineyard,
Yes.
but it is a Merlot.
This is a red. This is a blend. Now, the other thing is you never can go wrong when you do a blend because some people are like, oh, I don't drink Cabernet, it's too heavy. Merlot's too light. So
Pinot is too...
Pinot is, nothing's ever wrong with a Pinot, especially if it's from Russian River. But with a blend, you're sort of connecting a lot of different varietals. And with this one, Tempranillo is one of my favorite varietals, but it has Syrah and it has Merlot.
Nice.
So this is the brother.
Of that.
Of
Sister
this.
and a brother.
Brother, sister.
And this one is from a different vineyard.
No, we're going somewhere totally new. So this is Confidence. This is Margaux from France. And this wine is a Merlot Cabernet blend, 60-40. And this is a little bit higher end. Not too bad. I would say it's about $40 retail. But that's something definitely, that's you bring your boss. Or you bring the C-level executives at the party. Right. You bring that. But the big thing about wine is that there's always a type of wine for every level. It doesn't matter what type of company you have. You can be a plumber. I had a guy, he's like, Melissa, I own a plumbing company. He's like, I really want to give wine as like a gift. He's like, but it's too expensive. I'm like, no, it's not. Yeah. And he was so excited because we did the Calicanto, and he was so excited. He put these both together. He was like, I have this brother-sister that I sent out to all my clients, and he just thought it was so exciting. He goes, but then his clients were like, that was such a great gift. So
it's all about making impressions. Those that want to reach out to you, get your public relations, if you will, expertise. How can they get you?
They can find me at Wine Media Connect, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Melissa McAvoy. I'm not hard to find, so what I've been told.
Very good, very good. Well, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Good information, and I wish we could open it now, but we have a few more shows to do.
Well, then you'll have to have me back.
No, bummer. That'd be great. That'd be great. Ladies and gentlemen, Melissa McAvoy with Wine Media Connect. We're going to jump to a quick break, and we'll be right back.